Hello everyone and welcome back to Coach Craig's Sports. Today is Monday, December 27th, and this is the NBA DFS video for today. So in today's video, we're going to be taking a look back at yesterday's picks, seeing how they turned out, talking about the injuries in play for tonight's slate, and then going over my picks for both FanDuel and DraftKings for tonight's slate as well. But without further ado, we'll get into the recap of yesterday's picks. So at the point guard position on the DraftKings side, we had Aaron Holiday, $3,900, looking for 19-20 points time. He got to 13.5. He was a miss. Game did end up in a little bit of a block, kind of hurt him a little bit overall there, but he really didn't do much in terms of stats outside of scoring. Then at shooting guard, we had Frank Jackson. He was $4,800, looking for 24 points time. He got to 25.5, so he was a hit. Hamidou Diallo, $5,600, looking for 28 points out of him. He got to 39.75, so he was a pretty good hit overall. Then at power forward, we had Kevin Love, who ended up in that starting lineup, $6,100, looking for about 31 points out of him. He got to 40.75. He was a hit. And the craziest part is he got to 40.75 in 18 minutes. So if this game wasn't a blowout, if he would have played maybe 10 more minutes, we're probably looking at a 60-point performance out of Kevin Love yesterday, maybe even more. Then last but not least, we had Luka Garza, $3,000, looking for 15 points out. He got to 31 points, so he was a 10 times value on yesterday's slate. So 4 out of 5 on the DraftKings side, pretty solid day overall. Then on the FanDuel side, we had Spencer Dinwiddie, $4,600. Looking for 23 points out, he got to 27.6, so he was a hit. Obviously, if this game was not a blowout, he probably would have been an even bigger hit. And then at shooting guard, we had Sheev Mikhailov, $3,500, looking for 18 points out. He got to 29, so he is a very good hit as well. Sadiq Bey, $5,600, looking for 28 points out. He got to 35.1, so he was a hit as well. Then we had Kevin Love once again, $5,700, looking for 29 points out. He got to 37.8. Like I mentioned on the DraftKings side, if he would have played even more minutes, he would have been an even bigger hit yesterday. Then last but not least, at the center position, we went with Joel Embiid, $10,900, looking for 55 points out. He got to 61.1, so he was a hit as well. So a perfect 5 for 5 day on the FanDuel side, 9 out of 10 overall. But with that being said, we'll get moved over into the injuries and play for tonight's slate. So this is going to be a 7-game slate overall. We do have the 7 o'clock start time, 7:30, and then it looks like we roll. Looks like they're all about a half hour apart tonight, so it could be an interesting slate from that regard. We're going to start off with the Houston Rockets, who are without John Wall, Garrison Matthews, and DJ Augustine. Then we have Kevin Porter Jr. and Jalen Green, both listed as questionable to play. Jalen Green did make his return the last time out. Kevin Porter Jr. has not played in quite some time, so we'll see if those guys end up playing tonight or not. Then we move over to the Charlotte Hornets, who are without P.J. Washington, Cody Martin, and Miles Bridges. They're all on the COVID list at this point in time. We'll see who ends up in that starting lineup, whether it's a Jalen McDaniels or a Kelly Oubre. But both those guys could have some value tonight. Then we move over to Chicago Bulls, who are without Lonzo Ball, Tony Bradley, Alex Caruso, Alfonso McKinney, and Patrick Williams. And then Derek Jones is listed as questionable to play for tonight's slate. On the Hawks side of the ball, it almost might be easier to tell you the guys that are playing, but here are the guys that are out at this point in time. We got John Collins, Sharif Cooper, Gallinari, Kevin Huerter, DeAndre Hunter, Wes Iwundu, Jalen Johnson, TLC, Okongwu, Lou Williams, and Trae Young. So could be a good amount of value on this Hawks team overall tonight. Obviously, they do have Gorgie Jang and Clint Capella both listed here as starting. I do not think that will be the case, especially against the Bulls team. They'll probably move like Cam Reddish down to the 4 and start somebody else there, whether it's a Lance Stevenson or somebody else off the bench. And then we'll move over to the Boston Celtics, who are without Bruno Fernando, Enes Freedom, Justin Jackson, CJ Miles, and Aaron Nesmith. Then there's the group of 4 guys who have a chance to play tonight, and Sam Hauser, Josh Richardson, Dennis Schroeder, and Grant Williams. So we'll see if they're back tonight or not. For the Minnesota Timberwolves, they're without Naz Reid, D'Angelo Russell, Karl Anthony Towns, Jared Vanderbilt, and McKinley Wright. So they are missing a ton of size at this point in time. Most notably, they did sign Greg Monroe to a 10-day contract yesterday. We'll see if he plays tonight or not. Otherwise, we could see a lot of Nathan Knight tonight. We're looking at Patrick Beverley, Anthony Edwards, Josh Okogie, and Taurean Prince listed as game time decisions. We'll see if they're back tonight. Obviously, they're either in the process of clearing the COVID protocol or working on some reconditioning. So we'll see who plays out of that group once again tonight. Moving down to the Jazz, they are without Donovan Mitchell and Azubuike once again. Fitz is a game time decision. We'll see if he's back tonight or not. But obviously, no Mitchell means a lot more value to go around for this Utah Jazz team, whether it's a Joe Ingles, a Jordan Clarkson, a Mike Conley, a Bojan Bogdanovic. There's going to be a lot of opportunities for some other guys once again tonight. Then for the Spurs, they were without Collins and Murray, so we did see Murray not play last night. And, Derek White should be a pretty good play. Obviously, they didn't need him very much last night, though. Then we move down to the Memphis Grizzlies, who are without Dillon Brooks, Jarrett Culver, DeAnthony Melton, Sam Merrill, Yves Pons, and Zaire Williams once again. So they are a little bit thin, especially in terms of their rotation pieces. They did get Brandon Clark back last night. Aldama is questionable to play tonight. Conchar did end up in that starting lineup. He actually played pretty well. He had a ton of rebounds, but I do believe a lot of that was kind of in garbage time as well. But he could be a decent little play once again tonight. Then for the Phoenix Suns, they're without Jay Crowder, Frank Kaminsky, Abdul Nader, Alfred Payton, and Dario Saric. So obviously the biggest one there is no Jay Crowder, so you're probably going to see Cam Johnson move over into that starting lineup tonight. Then we move over to the Dallas Mavericks, who are without Reggie Bullock, Trey Burke, Willie Cauley-Stein, Luka Doncic, Tim Hardaway, Maxi Kleber, and Ja'Cory McLaughlin. Josh Green has a chance to return tonight. Looked like he was going to be back for the last game, but he was not available to play in that game either. They do get Dorian Finney-Smith back after his non-COVID illness. So Dallas Mavericks pretty much looking like what they've been looking like for the last little bit of time. Obviously, Kristaps Porzingis did return in the last time out. Then we move over to the Portland side, who are dealing with a bunch of COVID issues of their own. Blevins, Covington, McCollum, McLemore, Nurkic, Smith, Watford, and Zeller are all listed as out at this point in time. And then Damian Lillard is questionable to play tonight. Not a lot of depth here. Larry Nance probably starting at that center position, and they literally have nobody behind him tonight unless somebody like magically clears the COVID protocol. He's about their only option in terms of a true center, and he's not even a true center in his own right. Then we move over to the Brooklyn Nets, who are without LaMarcus Aldridge, David Duke, Kevin Durant, Kessler Edwards, Joe Harris, Kyrie Irving, and Cam Thomas. Looks like Duran Sharp is a game-time decision. We'll see if he's back tonight or not, but he's probably not in the rotation either way, though. Then we have the Clippers on the opposite side. Paul George, Isaiah Hartenstein, Reggie Jackson, Kawhi Leonard, Preston, and Jay Scrubber all listed out in this game. And then Marquise Morris is questionable to play. We'll see if he's back tonight or not. But overall, that's a quick little rundown on the injuries in play for tonight's slate. As always, I'll be listing all the injury updates, COVID news, and starting lineups down in the comments below throughout the day. So definitely be sure you're checking up on that, especially as we get closer to lock. But with that being said, we'll get moved over to DraftKings and talk about my picks over there. So we're going to start off at the point guard position with DeLon Wright, $5,400, obviously playing a big role for this Atlanta Hawks team at this point in time. You know, you're looking for 27 points out of him. I got projected for 30 points tonight. Definitely should be a couple extra shots to go around with no John Collins in the lineup tonight. Then at shooting guard, we're going to go with John Conchar. I did mention him a little bit before. He was in that starting lineup last night, played very, very well. And while I'm not expecting that type of performance once again, $3,100, you're only looking for about 16 points out. Got him projected for about 21 points tonight. Then at small forward, we're going to go down to Jaden McDaniels, $5,100, looking for 26 points out of him. Obviously, the Minnesota Timberwolves are very depleted at this point in time. Jaden McDaniels is going to have to play a little bit bigger role tonight, and I do have him projected for about 29 points tonight. Then at power forward, we got Larry Nance Jr., who we did talk a little bit about in that injury slate. He's going to be probably that starting center for the Portland Trailblazers tonight. He's literally the only guy with any type of size left on their team. So he should be out there playing some pretty big minutes, hopefully playing pretty well. $5,200, looking for 26 points out of him. I have him projected for 29 points tonight. Then at center, we're going to Nathan Knight, $3,300, looking for 17 points out of him. He's essentially the only center that the Timberwolves do have left at this point in time. I know they did just sign Greg Monroe to go behind him, but I don't expect him to play big minutes by any means. We have seen Nathan Knight be okay in terms of DFS in the past when he got some run with the Hawks. So definitely a guy that's interesting on tonight's slate. Got him projected for about 20 points tonight. Definitely has a little bit of upside for more if he's out there playing big minutes and if he's playing well overall. But with that being said, if you go with these 5 players on the DraftKings side today, you'll have $27,900 remaining, $9,300 per player. So you can definitely pay up for some studs on this slate. I know there's not a ton at the tippy top. A lot of these guys are out, but you still have a James Harden up there if you want to pay up for him. If you want to go down to Jason Tatum, Zach LaVine, LaMelo Ball, any of those guys, definitely employed tonight. Or if you want to just take a little bit more balanced approach, that's perfectly acceptable as well. But with that being said, we'll get moved over to FanDuel and talk about my picks over there as well. So we're going to start off at the point guard position. We got Eric Bledsoe, $5,500, looking for 28 points out of him. Averaging about 24 on the season, but you know, he's in that starting lineup now. He is that de facto point guard position for this Clippers team. He's arguably one of the best players left on their team. He's going to have to be out there scoring the ball, getting assists, helping his teammates out. He also provides a little bit of defensive stats every once in a while like we did see last night, which is a little bit more valuable on the FanDuel side overall. But at $5,500, he's just not priced appropriately at this point in time. We're looking for 27, 28 points out of him. I got him projected for 30, 31 points tonight. Then at shooting guard, we're going to go down to Cam Reddish, $5,300. Looking for 26, 27 points out of him. Obviously going to be playing a bigger role tonight. Hopefully his ankle's feeling a little bit better. It looked like it was really bothering him on Christmas Day when he's taking the shots, leaving a couple of them shots short overall. But if he's out there, if he's healthy today, he's going to see increased usage, hopefully increased shots as well. Cam Reddish, definitely somebody I do want some exposure to once again today. I currently have him projected for about 28 points tonight, but he definitely has some upside as well, especially if his shot's going down like we seen a couple of games ago. Then small forward going with Malik Beasley, $6,000, so he's not the cheapest price tag in the world. We're looking for 30 points out of him. But look at this Minnesota Timberwolves team. Look at all these guys that are not playing. Who's going to take the most shots on this team? Probably going to be Malik Beasley. Who's going to have a ton of usage on this team? Probably going to be Malik Beasley. You know, if Anthony Edwards, if Patrick Beverley don't come back tonight, he's going to have some more ball handling as well. Everything's kind of lining up for him to be a great play once again tonight. As I mentioned before, $6,000, so we're looking for about 30 points out of him. I got him projected for about 32 points tonight, but definitely has some upside for more if his shot is going down. Then a power forward going right back to his teammate in Jaden McDaniels, $5,400. Like I said on the DraftKings side, a guy that should be playing big minutes tonight should see a little bit of increases in usage, shots, everything like that. Every once in a while, he gets some steals and some blocks, which is a little bit more valuable on FanDuel as well. Looking for about 27 points out of him. I got him projected for about 29, 30 points tonight. Then last but not least, we're going to Zubac at the center position, $5,300. Just a spot that's a little bit too cheap at this point in time. Looking for 26, 27 points out of him. Got him projected for 28 points tonight. Obviously, he's a bigger part in their offense. When they don't have all these other guys out there, they'll run the offense a little bit through him, and then he also has the chance to score more points. Definitely see the rebounding numbers there if he's playing big enough minutes. So Zubac is somebody I'm definitely interested in once again tonight. But with that being said, if you go with these 5 players on the FanDuel side tonight, you have $32,500 remaining, just over $8,100 per player, so you can definitely pay up for a stud or take a little bit more balanced approach. Like I kind of mentioned on the DraftKings side, not a ton of studs at the tippy top. A lot of these guys are out, but you do see James Harden here. Then we go down to Jason Tatum and LaMelo Ball once again, so pretty similar on both sides. Definitely have a decent amount of money, a decent chunk of change to mess around with, so kind of get in there, see what works best for you guys. But with that being said, these are my picks for both FanDuel and DraftKings for today, December 27th. As always, if you have any questions related to NBA DFS, be sure to leave them down in the comments below, and I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. Also, be sure to check out on those comments throughout the day, as I will be listing the injury updates, COVID news, and starting lineups down there throughout the day, as well as that updated core about 20 to 30 minutes prior to lock as well. But with that being said, if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Definitely would appreciate it. It helps to build the community that we're trying to build here at CoachCraigSports, which is one that's truly for you, the viewers, helping you with your DFS, whether it's NBA or NFL, helping you with your fantasy football teams. And then with that being said, if you are a new or current subscriber who's yet to do so, also hit that notification bell down below. It's going to let you know every single time I post up a new video. And like I've been saying, I post up daily NBA DFS videos just like this. But with that being said, that's all I have for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed. And then last but not least, special little shout out to each and every one of you watching today's video. I truly do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It definitely means a lot to me, and I hope each and every one of you has a great rest of your day.